Hello guys, welcome back to Earl's Fishing Adventures. Now we're back out fishing, guys. We're fishing for once. There's no more rig making, no more knot tying, no more reel building. There's none of that today. Today we're fishing and we're on the small pier this time. As you can see behind me, the big pier is behind me. And the reason why I'm not on the big pier today is because there was quite a few people on there, and I needed to make a video today. And you know, I am still quite nervous talking to a camera in front of people. I shouldn't be. I should be just like Rod and Pollock and just swing it. But yeah, I'm still getting into it, guys. Don't worry, I'll get better. Don't worry. And the two rods I've got with me today are the Sonic Vader paired up with the Pen Pursuit, which both were kindly donated by Andy and Jay from Smash Fishing. And I've also got my leader Icon, and I've paired that up with the Akuma reel that was also donated by Paul. And Paul, thank you very much. And there it is. I have cleaned it and put fresh grease and oil in there, cleaned the bearings and everything. And it casts like a dream. First cast went about 90 yards because I wanted to be a bit gentle with it. So yeah, I got about 90 yards straight out and it was perfect. First cast on the Sonic Vader with the Pen Pursuit 3. Because I think that was the 4th or 5th cast I've ever done on that rod. I did record the first cast, but I didn't post it on the channel. I just made a small video and sent it to a couple of friends. But I'm going to do the first cast on the channel next, which should be coming soon because the baits have been out for a good 15-20 minutes now. I've also brought with me some sea goo with me. And now I know a lot of people out there now are getting sick of talking about the sea goo, but tough titties. We have the new, well, it's not new, but I've never used it before on the channel, which is the Solent Sea Goo X in Glow. Now I've never used it before, and I've also put it in the syringe ready, because what I'll need to do is and I'm going to put it in this one. I'll need to I'll need to charge the Glow goo with a torch. Now the only torch I have with me is my phone, and I'll have to charge it with my phone. And once it's charged, stick it in the bait, stick it on the trace, and whack it out there and see if it makes any difference. Now my plan for today is I'm going to use one rod with goo and one rod without goo. Let's see what happens. See if goo actually makes a difference. Because there's a lot of critics out there that say the goo doesn't work. Well, hopefully today I'm going to prove them wrong. Now I'm going to bring the Sonic Vader in now. No, actually I'll bring the big rod in, the lead Icon first, because that one's been out the longest. And we'll stick the goo on that one first. Guys, so on that one we have a clean bait that's been pecked by crabs. I'll bring it a bit closer so you can see. So this is the pulley pennel with the 4/0 Sakuma Manta and a 4/0 pennel hook Sakuma, and it has been pecked by crabs. So the guy that went just there said he hasn't even had a crab. So at least we've found the crabs. Right, we'll take this bait off. Ow, ow. Right guys, so what we're going to do now, we're going to charge up the glow inside the syringe here. Yeah, I've already been doing it for about 5 minutes already, so I think we're all right now. And then I'm just going to inject it into the bait. Small piece there. Small piece there. Small piece there. Right, now we're going to stick it on the hooks. Right, this is how I bait up a rig. You put basically the gape of the hook. You put the point in, and then you turn it like so. Put the shank of the hook flat up against the bait, and then you get the bait elastic, and then you whip the you wrap the shank of the hook up against the bait, up by the eye if possible, and up and down the shank if you can, and then the pennel hook once, twice, 3 times, and then opposite side that the bottom hook is facing. So I want to point it that way. So the bait looks like, oops, it is. So the bait looks like that. So you've got one hook at the bottom facing one direction, and then one hook facing the opposite direction. So yeah, that's the first glow Solent Sea Goo X glow. So we'll see what happens with that. On the first cast, I cast straight out. On this one, I'm going to go a little bit to the right. Right guys, so you've just seen me cast out that bait there with the Solent Sea Goo X glow, but now we're going to stick another bait on the other rod. Just knock the torch off. We're going to stick another bait on the Sonic Vader, but this time with no goo, and see what happens. So let's see if we've got anything, because I did have a bite on this rod earlier. Now the next bait we're going to choose is this one, which looks like it's bluey and sardine. A bluey and sardine wrap, like so. So nice gaping hook proud there. So we'll get this hooked up onto the bait shield and fix the lead, and we're ready to cast out again. Now that cast was much better. I managed to get some distance on that one. Right, I'll clean the lens and I'll bring you back. I managed to get the 2 rods rebaited and cast back out again. And on one we've got glow, and the other one we haven't. But if it starts to get desperate more later on, I'll bring the other weapon out, which is, and it was squid. The squid flavour. We'll try that one if we get desperate. So we've got the 2 sea goos. We've got the X and we've got the squid. Alright guys, right, it's been about 20 minutes or so since I put the second cast out. No bites, unfortunately. But I've just noticed over towards Scotland's absolutely caked in snow. So I don't know why I didn't notice earlier. Yeah, I'm going to test out this camera now. I know this is supposed to have a decent camera. This camera is supposed to be okay, but I'm going to see how far I can get towards Scotland. So the next clip you'll see is hopefully a nice clip of Scotland. Right, now on the screen, that looked absolutely awesome. That's as far as I could get, and I could see them windmills. I think I could see them pretty clearly. I didn't go all the way around because I'll get cold. But yeah, like I said, the baits have been out 20 minutes, so we're going to go and check to see what they're like, and then just put some fresh bait on, and then I'll bring you back if anything else interesting happens. Alright guys, I brought you back. I'm on the second cast on, no sorry, the third cast on the Sonic Vader, and on the Sonic Vader this time I put the Soul and Seagull, which was, I think it was still a glow. Yeah, it was the Soul and Seagull X glow. And guess what we got? Now, you remember the size of the bait that I put on there? Oh no, you didn't, because you didn't see that cast. You know, well, you know the size of my baits. They're about this big, right? Well, here, I'll show you. Look. You wouldn't believe it, would you? the bait is bigger than him. I've got a small dab and he's managed to actually hook himself in the mouth. That is unbelievable. Right. There, look. The bait is massive. How the hell is he going to swallow that? Well, there you go, guys. We've got ourselves a small dab. Now, I have got the measuring thingy with us, but I very much doubt it's worth measuring, to be honest. I don't even think it'll reach the 6-inch mark on the market. Oh, it does. Well, that's 7 inches. So, which is 17 centimeters. 17 centimeter dab. There. Well, we're off the mark, guys. We're off the mark. So there you go. Small dab. You can tell it's a dab by the small white curve on the lateral line there. So we're going to put this guy back. And away he goes. Alright guys, I brought you back. I want to show you a little tip that I've learned just myself. Like it works for me, so I thought I'll show you how I do it, and hopefully it'll help you, because I have had this tide's going to come in and get me in a minute. The tide keeps on banging against the wall and coming over, because it is a big tide today, like I said earlier. Yeah, so back to what I was trying to say. I have had a few people ask me, you know, when you bring your rod in and you want to take the old bait off, and some people struggle, you know, taking the bait elastic off. This is what I do, right? I pull the hook straight through out the bait, right? And then I get my scissors. Now, if you carefully just put it inside the bait and then just slowly go up like that, and then it's free. Just pull the bait off. It's free. See, I don't know why a lot people can't figure that out for themselves, but that's how I do it. And then I'll just drop the bait in the sea, and then I'm ready to go again. So I've seen people where they've tried taking the bait off, and they whip it, they're pulling bits of elastic off, bits of bait off at a time. If you just pull the hook straight through, just put it on the line, and then just cut slowly up against the side of the fish and up against the bait elastic, and then it should just fall off. If you've whipped it on correctly and you haven't just completely went all over the place, and it isn't streamlined, and say your line is kinked like that inside the bait, then that's your own goddamn fault. So yeah. Oh, and also when I show you this, I made this myself. You know the old baiting needles they've done, like the double baiting needles they made? Well, I made my own. Yeah, that's just basically a sparkler. You know the metal out of a sparkler? After bonfire night, like I said, we finished the sparklers, just dump them on the floor until the morning, and then I'll clean up and put them in the bin. But in this case, I pinched one, I took one, and I just made it into that shape. Now, see, normally you're supposed to put the hook onto there and then whip your bait on and then whatever, but I didn't. I just basically put the two pieces of bait on, put them together, whip it, pull it off, and that's how I made all them baits in there. So yeah, I know I really do want to try one of them bait mates, but if I can't get one, if I don't get one eventually, then I'll just keep on using this. It does the same job. And I would say that my baits, no, they're not too bad. You know, nice and tidy, nice and streamlined. Squid and bluey there. Yeah, it works. Well, it's caught me a dab anyway. Right guys, I've changed it up a little bit. Now, on the longest pulley I had, which is now on the SONY Vader, I've changed it up, look. See, I put the tentacles of a squid on a small hook. See if I can get any small flatties, any more dabs or any more small plaice or small flounders or anything small that's on the ground, on the deck. And I put a couple of little beads on there as well, like green and yellow. So like I say, I'll just change it up a little bit and see whether anything different comes along. Alright guys, right, I brought you back. You know, when I just told you I downsized the hooks a little bit, got ourselves another dab. And it's absolutely engulfed the bait. That's the whole purpose of using small hooks. And these were little cheap hooks, so they'll rust really easily. But if I can get it out, I will. There guys, I managed to get the hook out. Still got a bit of my bait left. And there she is. A small wee dab. Now this one I think is bigger than the last one. Let me see. Right, this one measures at 20. Nope. There you are. 20 centimetre dab. Yeah. Nice wee fish. Oh. Slimy little get. There guys, so all I'm doing when I'm baiting this up, that's the size of the hook there, so just to give you an example of the size, all I'm doing is sticking a bit of tentacle of a squid onto the hook. So I'm just threading it on like a worm, really. Just thread it on like a worm and then leave a little bit dangling at the bottom, because that's what I believe entices the fish. That little bit that's moving in the tide, that's what entices the fish to take it. So that's all I'm doing for these small dabs and whatever else is out there. But I have also still got a big rod out there with a big bait on, hoping maybe to get a ray or cod. Oh, that'd be nice now, cod. Woohoo. Right guys, that's me done. I'm absolutely freezing. I'm off the pier, as you can see. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. At least we've got some fish on camera. The lads that were here earlier, they didn't catch anything at all, and I haven't seen anything come off the big pier. So I'm absolutely buzzing with the dabs that I got, to be honest. So I tried my best, guys. I tried small baits, big baits, sea goo, no sea goo, and yeah, at least it paid off with a couple of dabs. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Yeah, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share out on Facebook and everything like that, please, if you don't mind. And I'll see you next time on Earl's Fishing Adventures.